Everybody,
This
how are
conference will
you?
now be recorded.
Well, hello, everybody. How are you? Has it been an interesting start to the evening?
It has.
Definitely. Mm.
Well, so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that we're getting to have a team chat. So tonight's going to be a little bit, it's just going to be very casual, very casual. I will have a lot in the slides because well, we are recording this. It'll be a reference to go back so you have it all together. But first, big welcome. So glad that you're here. I know that you are individuals very serious about your business, and I am grateful to you and very, very thankful. So, I love when we start off with any good news. So, anybody who has some good news, please share. And I do know that you guys have good news. So, who wants to share?
I will, Linda.
Hmm. Okay, start us off, Catherine.
Well, I'm going back to my retirement home starting tomorrow.
Oh, thank good. Oh, and see, and here, and you're on the call tonight, Catherine. So, thank you for that. And that's a really good story there because you were having challenges getting into there. You had been going there, and then all of a sudden you were having problems getting a hold of the manager. Is that correct? Or the person who put you on the calendar?
No, I had to put it on hold because of Bobby.
Okay. 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 And so you had now let them know that you can resume going there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. That sounds good. And I'm glad we wish you a lot of success tomorrow and lots of sales. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yes, as ready as I'm gonna be.
Okay. That sounds great. Okay. Who else wants to share some good news?
I'll let you go next, Cheryl.
I don't really know if I have anything good.
Oh, just share your mosquito adventure. Okay. Just share that then.
Yeah, my TikTok. Yeah, my daughter did a great job. I did
I
a
saw
video
it.
with the mosquito, and the bloopers were the funniest.
I
Well, the
saw it.
whole
It was funny.
the whole thing, number one, and again, it's like, and people don't realize how much effort that you put into that, but you actually, acquired that mosquito suit, and then it's like, you have it in your mind how it's going to go, and then it doesn't go like that, but that's what makes it so real, so fun, so authentic, and why everybody wants to watch it, because like you said, I mean, even like watching a movie, when you watch a movie, do you love when they do the bloopers at the end?
That's the best part.
It is. I love watching the bloopers. As much as I like watching the movie, sometimes better than the movie. Okay, Lori, how about you?
Yeah, I'm excited about the new venues that I'm going to be venturing into over the next couple of months. So I have about, 6 new venues to try out, and so I'm very excited about that. And also, I'm going to start setting up here in my clubhouse at least once a month. And the pool is now open, so I'll probably be setting up on Saturdays, like midday until the evenings, because that's when a lot of people will be coming down to go, splash in the pool. So,
And I think that, and it's just, just being committed and like, and then saying, what do I want to put on my calendar? But I'm so excited. And one thing seems to lead to another for you and then leads to another. So, being able to set up at your clubhouse monthly, that's going to be huge.
yeah, I think so too. I was helping a friend with her. She was doing she's a chocolatier, and she was doing a chocolate covered strawberries event for Mother's Day. So I was helping her with her event, and so I learned a lot of marketing tips and tricks that I can use in my Avon business just from helping her out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What
So
are other people doing that are successful, and how can we incorporate that into our business, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly. So. And the one thing that I did learn, because we were down in the clubhouse, we weren't able to do what I was hoping management would do for us, and that was to send out an email blast to all the residents. So they didn't do that, but we were able to, just approach people, as we saw them walking through the community, and we were able to talk to people who were in the clubhouse to talk to them about Avon and about the strawberry promotion. And one really interesting thing happened while I was down there with her and her strawberries. I did bring some Avon things down with me last Sunday, and I brought books. And there was a lady who was sitting in the clubhouse, and she was on the phone when I got there. And so when she got off the phone, she came over and she said, "Oh, what do you guys have?" And so, we told her about the strawberries, and then she came over and looked at my Avon, and I gave her a book, and she was flipping through the book, and she saw the Organist products, and she said, "You have Organist products?" And I said, "Yeah, Avon sells Organist products." She said, "I moved here from California and I used to, buy Organist products out there directly from someone in Korea." And I was like,
Yes.
"Really?" So she was very excited to see that we had Avon products. And so she lives upstairs, and so now she has me as her contact to get her Organist products. So,
Oh, that's
Nice.
wonderful. That is
yeah.
wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
and when you mentioned that, that's just like Catherine. Catherine had a customer. She moved away. Catherine, you want to tell the story?
Is she on mute?
She may be. Yeah, Catherine, you're on mute if you're trying to talk. So, yeah, she's on mute right now. You're on mute, Catherine. Uh, but she had a customer, and that customer had wanted. She was a good customer and moved away, and so she had come
Right.
back. Are you there now? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you want to share the story about the
Oh,
customer that
you
had
can.
moved away?
Yeah, she was back here visiting her son, and apparently she tried to find a couple of representatives out where she lived, and she said they were rude and didn't return her calls, or she placed an order and not get the order. So she called me, wanted to know if I was still selling, and I said, yeah. She wanted to know if I had any products on hand, so she come by the house. I said, yeah, just come on by the house. She come by, I think she spent $150, and then I reminded her, I said, you can just go on my online store and order it and have it shipped directly to you. And I had forgot all about my online store. So matter of fact, she was on there the other day and placed a small order.
And the thing of it is it's not that she was adverse. She just had forgotten that that was a way to be able to place an order. So that's what I said. The more that we get to communicate with individuals, the more we build those relationships. I think that's the secret sauce, right?
Nikki
Yeah.
sent me a thing at Colgan High School that they're going to let the vendors set up free in June. So I put in for it.
Oh, good. Wonderful. That's nice. Yeah. Yeah. Father's Day. That would be a good time for Father's Day. Start planning for that.
Yeah, my Mother's Day basket guy hit me up yesterday. I had to do 5 emergency baskets last night, so
Mm-mm-mm.
he could pick them up at 5:30 this morning.
He was late with his Mother's Day baskets.
Oh my
And he
goodness.
works on the weekends. He works from 5 in the afternoon to 5:30 the next day. So they all know he's late. Yeah, he was late.
Mm.
And
Okay.
what was so weird is I texted him. I said, "Now don't be calling me the last minute telling me you need baskets." I said, because I'm running short on baskets. Um, and what did he do? Called me at the last minute.
He didn't hear what you said.
No, it went
Mm-mm.
over his head, I think.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well, I
Well,
was at Wegmans yesterday, Linda, picking up some prescriptions, and I was um getting ready to get in my van, and this lady seen my sign and she asked for a book. So I had about 15 books. I sat on my tailgate yesterday and gave them out at Wegmans.
and that's just, there are so many little things that we can do that, it's just those consistent little habits or whatever they are. I saw an ambassador and she had set up, and I know several of us have done this in the past, but just it's like a little coffee shop or a little business just set up with a few products for Mother's Day and her brochures, and she was meeting there with another Avon ambassador, just being very visible, but yet having Avon on display for anybody who, wanted to come up. So, it can be something as simple as that in order to make new connections as well.
Agreed. I
Anybody, go ahead, Lori, I'm sorry.
I had to take Rick to the VA clinic for some lab work on last Tuesday. And so now when I go, I'm trying to use the rule of three. And so I'm taking, 3 books with me when I go. So I gave out books to 3 people while I was there. And when I got home, one of them called me and placed a $80 order.
Nice.
Yeah. So, so when I went to the dentist, I took the book on Wednesday and on Thursday. I can't remember where I went, but I took the book on Thursday and also on Friday. So, I just make it a habit to have them with me now.
Mm. Well, and again, commitment, Lori, that's just like you didn't want to lose your Avon team. And I mean to tell you, you went 90 to nothing in order to be able to get those ambassadors to be able to keep your team, and you did it. So that's another big congratulations.
Yes, I'm very excited about being able to keep my team.
Mm. And Cheryl, you work a full-time job, and I think I saw it on social media that you were working the weekend for Mother's Day, right?
Yep, I was.
Okay.
It was a
So
good weekend too.
So see, more good news. Good, good, good. So what for Mother's Day, what was a popular item for
The
you?
gift baskets, the
Okay,
that they had like the haiku with the hand cream and the body lotion.
okay,
Sold a
perfect.
few of those. The far away. Yep.
Oh, wonderful.
Hmm.
Wonderful. So excited for all of you. And if you think of anything else, because like I said, I have put slides, so they're going to be a reference here, but being able to connect with all of you, just say hello, see how things are going. That's what I'm wanting to use this time for. So, and you all know you can call me, you can text me. I know everybody's busy, but you know, I'm telling you, I know how dedicated and how hard you all are working your business. So all I can say is thank you and you're awesome. Okay. So let's see here. One of the things I do want to make sure I point out is that the free brochures beginning in campaign 13 will no longer automatically be included. Now, some people say, oh, why? Why? Well, there are people that they don't want the brochure. They want to look at it digitally. So why would we be adding this to cards, spending that money on printing on paper and all that, and the person doesn't even want it in their order. So just want to make sure it's not that they're going away. It's just that we're going to have to request it in order for it to come in our order. Okay. No, don't want anybody getting any surprises there. Now, are you ready for a challenge? I couldn't spoil it and say, well, Cheryl, I already have good news because you're already committed to this before I even reached out for you. But so here it is. Good, and it's building visibility systems, and it's called content plus daily actions. And I will share with all of you is that the biggest growth periods in my business often have come from things that Avon had said, hey, can you come, can you do this 30-day challenge? And or can you do this challenge? And they challenged me to do something, and I didn't want to let them down, so I would do it. But out of it always came really, really good growth in my business. So that being said, it's like you're going to look at this and say, oh, Linda, you're already doing social media, but there is so much room for growth. There's so many areas that, I really am very, very faulty in. So I'm hoping that anybody who's wanting to do this, we can do this together. And I know, Cheryl, you have already reached out. I don't want you having to memorize anything because Cheryl just held it up and I have mine too. Okay. Is that if you are wanting to give this a try, there's a workbook. It's 30 days to visible, show up, stay consistent, grow your business. And I mean to tell you, maybe I can show you here. Everything that you're going, your visibility journey starts here. So much work went into this, but it's like, at first, I don't know about you, Cheryl, but I looked at this and was like, oh, I got to get back to this. I got to
Hmm.
get back. Okay. So it was like, and then there's this weekly checklist, but I mean, It's like when you have a minute, not when you're 5 minutes and you have an appointment. But and if you don't have this and you want it, I can send it to you if you're interested. And as I said, I know that there's some people that say, hey, I'm not a social media person, and this is not for you, and don't feel bad about that. But if this is something that you're wanting to do along with Cheryl and myself, then let me know, and we are going to do this 30-day challenge. Now, Cheryl, have you already started yours? I wanted
This
to wait.
morning.
Oh, yay,
Yep,
yay.
the first thing on here was a morning moment. So I put the instant fix next to my coffee mug, and I said something to the lines of, and I just did it as a Facebook post because I'm gonna use Facebook and TikTok and Instagram.
Okay.
But like not the same ones every day, so I can see which one gets the most traction.
And on the call, that the leader call, one of the things that they had said and mentioned is it's like, hey, what platform do you want to focus on? And that's the one, you can go and try this for 30 days and see how it works. And then you can always
Mhm.
go expand from that. But because you had the workbook and because you were able to check off that box, did it make it easier for you?
It did, because it keeps me focused on what I need to. So like, they give you a morning topic and an evening topic, and you don't have to do like all of them. I mean, that 30-day challenge with the checklist is like 30 boxes that you should fill in a 30-day cycle, I think.
Right,
But there's 7, 14 in a week, right? Because they go Monday to Sunday, morning and evening.
right.
And because I'm so competitive, I'm going to do morning and evening. So tonight's thing will be using a product today. So when I take my makeup off, I'll probably do that.
And I think that's the whole purpose of this, is that they're wanting to show that this doesn't have to be, you know, um, complicated. Like I know sometimes, like the reels I do, I have put a lot of effort into this. This is like,
And practicing.
right
Yeah.
now, yeah, I'm drinking, that very, very highly caffeinated cup of tea. Okay. There's 3 tea bags in here. So I wanted to make sure that I did not fall asleep during our call. But so if you are interested, just reach out to me, whether you're on here live or you're watching the recording, and jump in on this, because I'm excited about it, because I sometimes can really overthink things, and it's like in my life, it's like oh. How the not wanting to, it's like nobody wants, my life can be pretty boring at times, so, but it's just like just doing whatever it is you're doing, and with that block, just check it off, and then we just move on and don't have to think about it. So congratulations to you, Cheryl. You had to show me up. Okay, the
Well,
challenge
I
is
said that
on.
I was going to start it on Monday because Monday
So
was the first day of the checklist.
okay, so we are, and like you said, the good thing about that is that, some days we might be busy and it might not, but there it is. It's like, there's like 30 boxes you said there. And if you're doing it twice a day, then, you really you got some opportunities there to just
Mhm.
kind of do this. So if you're interested, let me know. You can see here, they give you like this, the different examples, a still picture, your coffee, your face, a window light, slow start today. I mean, okay, that doesn't sound too hard. So I thought that this is really, really, really great that they're doing this. Um, Okay, so if this challenge is not you, okay, I want first off to say that's okay, because our team is made up of a lot of individuals. We come to Avon for our reason, and I want your story to be authentic to you and what you're wanting. Now, if you are wanting to grow though, and it's like, okay, but I don't want to do that avenue, then it's like, how can you challenge yourself to grow in the next 30 days? Now, Lori, I already heard, like you had said, I'm challenging myself to get more things put on the books so that the business is already there. Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I'm using the tools that Avon provides more, like the skin analyzer tool. I used that at an event that I did recently, And it really was a great conversation starter. It drew people in to, talk about the products. And so just from that experience, a lady ordered the line eraser with retinol, at that event.
I
So
love the skin analyzer too. I think it is so cool. It's like, thank goodness that we have this.
yes, yeah, I
Well,
agree.
good. I'm glad you got results from it. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. Yes, and using the tools, and that's absolutely on. I mean, Avon's making this stuff available to us, and it was like, why are we not taking advantage of it? And it's like how I recently read something which I'll share with all of you because it's helping me because it's like sometimes there's just like so much to do and like trying to remember things or whatever, but it's like, can you do what they call like stackable habits? So I'll give you a generic example. Like when I get up in the morning, it's like because I would remember to take my vitamins, I'd forget. I'd remember, I'd forget. And I was forgetting more than I was remembering. I was like, you know what? I care about my health. How can I remember to make sure I do this? So first thing in the morning, I get up, I put the coffee on. So I'm going to put my coffee on, but while the coffee's going, then I get my glass of water. But you're not supposed to take, I guess, your vitamins on an empty stomach. So I get my breakfast and then I take my vitamins, but it's all at the same time. So it's like a stackable habit. And then all those things get done. And it was like, that has made it easy for me, or then at this time, I'm going to do this because then throughout my day, it's like, they're like, it's becoming automatic. And it was like, that's kind of making like a little bit easier. So anytime you can stack, even like in our business that, so for that, like sometimes some of these calls you can be listening to or be somewhere, I was, I don't know where I was, but I was able to log on because I want to try to stay up on all the trainings that Avon provides. And so it was like, hey, I was somewhere, I had a few minutes, pull up my phone, pull up the YouTube, and watch one of Avon's latest, like the beauty edition or whatever is there to watch. And it was like a good use of time. I'm where I need to be. I got 20 minutes and I'm filling that with something else that can be useful to me, but it's not cramming more in, it's just on top of. So hope that helps. But we can learn a new skill, anything that's going to be helpful, whether we're just taking 15 minutes a day to do it, expand our network. Set a bold sales goal. Cheryl, you just said, I'm competitive. So, for you, it's like I'm doing this because, okay, number one, I was challenged, and I'm just going to show you I can do it. So I love
It's
that.
more so to show myself. I'm competitive with myself. You know what I mean? Like,
But you know what? And that's what I said, Avon does these things for us. And it was like, but so many people, they don't take advantage of it.
mm,
But it's like they're doing all this uh, background research. It's like, how are people buying now? And, like you were on the leader call, there's like all this behind it. It's like, the thing of it is like they see it, they hear it, somebody's showing it, they're doing it again. And how many times, and you know what? I know on social media they're doing it to us now. You watch 1 second of something on your feed, don't you get 100 of the same thing
mhm.
over and over again? But the thing of it is it's like because you were interested in that topic, you're not seeing that way, and then all of a sudden, then you click at some given moment, to learn more about it. So it can be timing, it can be are we busy when we're seeing that come through. So I thought that was great that they had said, hey, do the same thing, whether we're doing it for the whole campaign, do different angles, show different things. So I thought that was
See
pretty
what
good.
works. Yeah. Because
And
what works for somebody isn't going to work for another person. You know what I mean? Everybody's different, different territories, different everything.
right. And that's why I said learning together, because like when I looked at this conversion style content, I love sharing education because I feel like education is knowledge. Knowledge is like that, hey, but that you see right here, it says most people use this too much. I mean, a lot of times individuals, just seeing you use it is enough. They don't need all that education. So again, I sometimes make it a lot harder than it has to be. Okay. So show up with consistency and step outside your comfort zone. Sometimes I think it's real easy for us to stay inside our comfort zone. Catherine, I know you mentioned when it popped into my head when Lori said about she went to with her husband to his doctor's appointment. You had some appointments and you made it a point that you said you were going to be building your business and you took your brochures to your doctor's appointments and people were surprised that Avon was around and they were thrilled that you brought brochures. Am I correct? She's on mute. You're on mute again, Catherine.
Yes, you are, Linda.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I said. It's just, we're in it. We got 30 days now that we all can just like blossom. It's spring. Like spring, we planted some seeds. My seeds that I planted are not really doing all that great, but hey, I'm nurturing them right now. I'm putting some water on them, and I'm hoping that they're just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And if not, then I'll go buy some more flowers.
Do it again. Yeah.
but sometimes we do have to step up to the plate. And right now, if we're planting all those seeds, I can promise you, it's spring. We're going to get to summer and everybody's going to be saying, oh, yes. And what I love about it is just like Saturday, we had a lot of hiccups that happened in our day, had a day completely different. Had so much that was supposed to get done on Saturday. And then we had, some water issues at the house. So everything kind of halted. But the flip side of that is I'm looking at my phone and I see that there's an order. Someone went onto my website and placed a $250 order. It's not like you get an order like that every day, but it was like the timing of when that order came in. It was like, oh my gosh! Even though I felt like I wasn't getting done what I needed to get done, it was like because I have worked my business hard, for a long period of time. Here I'm off today doing water issues, but somebody goes on and places an order. So I feel like that consistency, following up. We say it all the time, but it really does that's what breaks us away from just being ordinary to extraordinary in this business. So and being at the top of our game. So let me know if you're wanting to challenge yourself over the next 30 days. I don't have to ask you, Cheryl, because I already heard it from you. But just let me know. Now, which products are you most excited about? I think who's excited about this? Okay, Cheryl, I see you nodding your head. I'm showing the Instant Fix lip plumping serum and then the Instant Fix plumping serum. So if you haven't tried it, and your customers they want to do some plumping on their lips, and that's all I have on my lips tonight. I didn't even put lipstick because I thought, you know what? It looks really pretty just by itself, but it really does give you an instant fix. And then where I've been using this is like right here. Now I thought, I was going to, do it on here, but I do have some makeup on. So it's probably not going to do it, but I've been trying to do it right into my these little fold lines that I hate.
I like the Bear products too.
So that's okay. So what do you like about them? I want to hear what you like about them.
I like the feel of the moisturizer, and the clay mask is different. I like it.
Okay, the clay mask, and I'll show that to you guys in just a second. But see, look at can you see the difference right now from the side I did and the side I didn't do? I can see it. So can you see this side I've done, this side? So I'm going to do both of them now. So then we can get back to our meeting. But like I said, I have makeup on, so it's probably okay.
Yeah, the clay mask is nice. It's like thick.
Yes. Thick. Okay. So do you have makeup on, or can you put?
No, I have makeup on.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so I am thrilled with that as well, Cheryl. And the reason being, like you said, it goes on. So I'll show it on my neck then. Oh, I don't have my little toy though. My tool.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll do it on my hand. Wait a minute. I got the little toy. I got the little toy. Hang on.
Because it is a detoxifying clay mask. And I think the reason we're both talking about this one right now is it said it was a detoxifying clay mask. So what was I thinking it was going to do? It's going to like
pull out all the dirt and stuff.
and be hard on your face and you look
Yeah,
like
but it's not.
it feels
It's a
amazing.
cream, so you,
Okay,
let me
so
see.
so yep, show them the cream and then put it on your hand.
And then I put it on my hand and it just spreads. What can you
And
see?
one of the things that we really try to emphasize here is because I always try to make sure that when I'm using products that, wash your hands, make sure you're clean, because we're wanting to keep our product in its best condition as well. But it just goes on and it's just it feels
It's
it
creamy. It's nice.
yeah, I was very, very pleased. The other thing that's I really am thrilled with is that daily moisture.
Oh, I love that. I
And the
love that.
reason we love it is you see right here,
One
it's
pump.
the pump. Yep. So she's showing you that one. I'll show you this one at the same time. And see, and then that's just enough.
For what
So
you need.
yeah, that's just enough. Put this on my neck. But it just goes on and it does. It feels really, 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 really good.
And
Okay.
it doesn't have a big scent either. I mean, that cream there doesn't really have any scent, but this has just a light scent.
Okay, good. Yeah, you have to do the scent thing for me. Like it still smell. Yeah, and then so here's the bear product got put up here. But look at this. I mean, this line we all should be excited about because, how many individuals need clear skin? And you can see 96% said this, 100% said this, 100% said this, 96% said that. You know, this line will meet needs of individuals who have been looking for this type of product, and now we have it in our line. So I'm super thrilled that that's coming. I'm
And then
super thrilled.
the gel cleanser is good too. Have you used
Okay.
the gel cleanser
Yeah.
yet?
Yep. Yep. Yeah. I mean, it really feels amazing on the skin.
Yeah, and it has no scent. None at
Okay.
all.
Yeah, and that sometimes bothers people. I know that you're still on mute, Catherine, but I know Catherine got excited with the pencil, these glimmer pencils. I love my glimmer sticks, but she said she's got customers who love the pencil liners, and so we have those back. So that can be that's good as well. Um, Lori, was it Lori? You were talking about the organist, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And then, so you're the person who lives upstairs. It was the person who lived upstairs that was excited about the organist products?
Yes, and I also love the jelly body wash and the whipped cream body the whipped body cream. And I gave the jelly body wash out in little jars as samples at my customer appreciation event in January, and so I now have about 8 customers that buy it regularly. So
Nice.
Lori, that's fantastic.
yeah, yeah. So it was really a good idea. So I have some more of those little jars. So when I have my next customer appreciation event next month, I'll, give out some more. I haven't decided if I'm going to give out the jelly body wash or if I'm going to switch and do the apple cider vinegar body wash,
I'll
which is,
have to look at the discontinued list, but I
you
think
think
there's
that was on it?
apple cider is on it. I
Oh,
Cheryl's
okay.
as well.
Yeah.
So and the thing of it is like on the discontinued list, I didn't put that in the slide, but since the issue came up, I will mention that like they have the most current discontinued list up. And when you look at it, it seems like there's a lot, but they're also like the limited products that we have. They included those as well. And it's been communicated to Avon as like, hey, can we get, more notice or whatever? So again, they hear our feedback and they're working on, so that there will be additional information, if I understood correctly. I was trying to find where I saw that. Cheryl, did you hear it on that call? Is that where we heard
Um,
it? I'm trying to think of where I heard about
I
the
think
discontinued.
maybe. Yeah, I think
Okay.
maybe.
So
There was another really popular product that's been discontinued, and I'm just like scratching my head as to why. They discontinued the soft and sensual deodorant.
Oh yeah. And that's my favorite one.
It
Yeah.
was my sister's as well. And then, one of the people on my team texted me this morning asking me if I had any more because she has a customer that wants 10 of them. And I'm just like, wow, that was a really popular one of the deodorants. I just don't understand why it's gone.
And that's the only one that they discontinued on the deodorants too.
Right.
There was one other one. I don't remember what it was, but there was one other one.
I know the
And
So
timeless perfume is going to go too.
is it?
I think I saw that on the discontinued, didn't I?
I was just going to write the right side. Right. Without looking at the list right now, it's like, and you know what? I can probably um, look up some of the, but and I think where the soft and central was, I'm without looking at the chart right in front of me now, but I think that the alternate for that, I think they said was Sweet Honesty, but
Mm-hmm.
probably Sweet Honesty has such a light sense, and so did the soft and sensual, that maybe they thought it was so close that they didn't need both, so they kept the Sweet Honesty. I really don't know what the reason is, but
Sweet Honesty's been around forever.
yeah, yeah. But if a favorite product has been discontinued, looking on that list, and we do need to kind of, check that list. I know we have somebody in our Facebook group who posts the discontinued, so very grateful about that as well. So that's another place to see it, but it's also on our sites as well. Um,
Oh, I was wrong. It's Topaz that's going. Topaz.
okay, I think that they
And
just
Timeless is the recommended one.
Okay.
Sorry.
And see, and I think wasn't Topaz one that was brought back for, and I think it might have been said that it was brought back for a limited period of time. But
It
anytime,
was.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. We're staying on this, aren't we? Man, I'll tell you. So we have the Organis, the detox, the rosemary mint plus biotin scalp exfoliating detox water. So I, again, that information side of me, 99% agreed, improved oiliness in the scalp. So anybody who's got an oily scalp is going to be very, very thankful for this, and that the scalp feels clean and refreshed. So, I love that we're coming out, these products that we're getting. They have the clinical results here. Scalp hydration improved by 105.2%. Wow. And I was somewhere yesterday and somebody was talking about somebody talks about a product, they love a product, they love what it's doing for them, they tell somebody else, that person wants to know where they got it and they go and get it. So we were the original individuals that shared, and I think that's just what it is. It's just we have to let people know, and maybe this 30-day challenge is going to help with that, hey, if you need a product like this, guess what, we have it, type of thing, so that we can help those individuals. Skin So Soft, did you see that it's getting the makeover? And I just saw today it's going to be available, campaign 12, June 3rd, 2026. So that is coming as well. So the new packaging, are you all excited about it?
Yeah, I gotta make sure I sell all my other stuff first.
Right. I agree. I agree. And there'll be some individuals, that probably won't, care one way or the other. They just want the product, type of thing. But I do think it has a nice it
It's
looks
pretty.
spa-like, the new packaging looks very, very spa-like.
Isn't that what you were unveiling, Linda?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. And and the thing of it is that on this, Avon again, they go out and research with individuals, and they ask people, what type of packaging, would be interesting to them, and give them, I guess, a lot of different options. And the reason that they have it this way is because that's based on the feedback that they got. So that's why I say we just have to trust in the company. I love that they have the fashion editorial, so that you can see Avon's not, I mean, when we talk beauty, you can see it's kind of like all inclusive. We've got the clothing, we've got the jewelry, we've got the skincare, we've got the body, we got the, accessories like shoes and hats, and in the makeup color. I mean, that one-stop shop. If somebody, have you have you seen like an outfit and was like, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be just nice to be able to get all this stuff from one place? And we can offer that to individuals. I know I appreciate that. All of a sudden it's like, okay, when we come out with the clothing, and this weekend it was like even like jewelry that I've been with Avon over 28 years. So all the jewelry, I have jewelry going back way back that I still love. I mean, I can't believe I still love it, and I didn't get rid of so many things, but it's like it still looks great. And you can take the vintage and put it in with the modern and, create our own look. So, we have it. We just have to really be excited about our company and what we can offer individuals, because I think if we're sharing what we love, that's going to be golden. Who's going to be joining us at Avon Connect? Somebody better say me, me, me.
Me, me, me.
So, and I know Lori, Catherine, Cheryl, you all have been to Avon Connect. I mean, you can't put it into words, what you get from it. So, it really is. And I think this year, with it being Avon's 140th anniversary, I just feel like it's going to be special. I mean, it's a special year for Avon. How many beauty companies can say that they've been around for 140 years, much less a direct selling company? So I'm just I just so proud that Avon has navigated so many waters, and they're still here. So congratulations to them, and congratulations to Carla, Cheryl, Holly, who have already committed to attending Avon Connect as well. There is a sales connect meeting, and that's why I told you all that I wanted us to be able to get together. The next one is this Wednesday, May 13th, and you can see the times right here that it will be. And what's nice about that is it's not only is Avon sharing the information, but then like even at the end, you hear from Avon ambassadors across the country, and you get a lot of great information. You really hear individuals they're doing. I think on the last one, I remember like some individuals were doing great with fundraisers, and it was like it's just very, very inspirational. And again, a lot of this information that we know what's going on and what we have, we can kind of work from that. So just want to make sure that everybody is aware of that. The incentives. So again, I know this is on the website, but I just wanted to say, hey, look, we have the Skin So Soft incentive. We have the clinical instant fix where, and you can see here, it's not just, it's total. So there's not just the instant fix products. So it's a new clinical, and you can log on to see the actual products that are involved. But that's kind of exciting. And again, individuals get to using the new clinical. Are they going to be happy? They're going to be happy because guess what? They have clinical results. They work. I mean, they actually do work. Los Cabos, we have to go far. We have got to bust our butts so we can be on this vacation and just relax, have fun. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. There's the beauty of consistency. And what I actually even love about this, I love getting free products. There's no doubt about it. And then when you do, it's like you have so many options. You could try them yourself if you haven't, used those products before. And I have fallen in love with new ones. You can gift them, to individuals, as they give you a big order. You can do that. You can sell them, and make more profit. So it's just another resource in our business that we, go after it, get the free products, power up your first four incentives, the allocation, the ambassador bundles. There's the anniversary rise and reward. Questions about any of these, please let me know. I'm happy to help you. We have the Avon perks. When I was in Missouri, I actually went through Avon perks to get my hotel. And it was like, not only did I get the better price there, but then a lot of places to get a good price, like, I had to There was no, if you had to back out of it, you couldn't. You were, locked into that price, and they had it where I was able to, in case I would have to change my mind. So I thought that was great. Lori, I think you just mentioned that you're using more of the digital resources. And, yeah, why aren't we using the digital resources or the selling tools? The skin analyzer, the virtual try on, those are absolutely fantastic. They take the guesswork out of it. We can try these products on, get the right shade, and there you go. We also have a Facebook group page. Don't forget about the power earnings. Make sure you're checking. We're not wanting to leave money on the table. Sometimes you order just a little bit more and you're actually going to pay Avon less. So I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. So make sure if you're near one of these marks that you get a little bit more in orders so that you can pay Avon less money. So alone we make progress, but together we create momentum. A strong Avon team turns small steps into big victories. So let's do this together and save the date. Our next team chat will be July 13th, 2026. I think we lost Catherine, and I'm going to turn off the recording